Alright guys, what we're going to be doing today is one of those quintessential games, Alone Among the Stars. So we're just going to jump right into it. So, a solo role-playing game about exploring fantastic planets. You are a solitary adventurer, hopping from planet to planet exploring. Each world has unique features for you to discover and record. They are represented by cards from a standard deck placed face down. And we'll adjust that. To find a new planet, roll a 6-sided die and place cards face down equal to the number rolled. Alright, we're going to come on over to our dice roller, D6. 4, we're going to come over to our random card generator. We're going to put it in 4, and we are going to draw. Excuse me. To flip over a card, to discover something, roll a 6-sided die. On a 1 through 2, it is arduous to get to. On a 3 through 4, you come upon it suddenly. On a 5 through 6, you spot it as you are resting. To find a new planet. All right, so we're at the planet. Okay, so let's go ahead. Explorer, he's going to be named Tom. We're going to go planet number 1 for now. Arduous to get to, you come upon it suddenly, you spot it. The suit and rank determine the discovery. To flip over a card to discover something, roll a 6-sided die. Okay, alright, well let's go with it, make sure I'm following. Alright, so we got a 2 on that one. So it's arduous to get to. Arduous, so it's hard to get to. So the planet's hard to get to? The suit and rank determine the discovery in your ship's log, a small journal if you have one, over here. Record a ship description and your reaction in a few sentences, and roll for your next card. Each time you complete a planet, give it a number or name, and find a new planet. Play until you're tired and want to return home. If you want to remember your travels, save the journal. If your memories bring you pain, burn it. I like it. Alright, so we rolled a 2. So arduous to get to. I'm just going to keep that log for now. Alright, so our first one was the 8 of diamonds. So diamonds are living beings. People like or unlike you, fish, dinosaurs, wolves, birds, giant spiders, etc. On a glacier. Alright, so I'm going to say... Excuse me. I'm going to go with that the arduous to get to was the thing itself. So we landed on the planet. What was it, a glacier? Yeah. We saw a glacier in the distance. After much travel, we came upon... Alright, so when we get to the glacier, it's living beings, people, like or unlike you, fish, dinosaurs, wolves, birds, giant insects. So just living beings. We came upon... what do we want to go with? So we know we're on a strange planet. We know we're at a glacier, so we're cold. I'm going to go with the giant that it did there. But we're going to go giant penguins. Beautiful. Okay. So then we... difference from our own, except their size. So just some penguins trotting around. Alright, our next one was 7 of hearts. Mysterious obelisk, vine-covered temples, abandoned dwellings for people bigger than you, wrecked spaceship, etc. Okay. And it was 7. Near a volcano. Alright. After walking further we discovered a inactive or dormant volcano on the other side of the glacier, right? Yeah, glacier. Okay. So we got an inactive volcano on the other side of the glacier, and it was near a volcano. And mysterious obelisk, vine-covered temple, abandoned dwelling. So we're gonna go. So at the base of the volcano was what appeared to be the remnants of an ancient temple devoted to the giant penguins. So they worshipped whoever they is, these giant penguins. Okay. We're sticking with it. 7 of spades. So again, 7, we're at the volcano. Spades, though. Natural phenomena, huge crystal formations, mirages, vividly colored lightning, strange clouds, rocks eroded in strange shapes, veins of precious metals. Okay. Surrounding the temple were rocks eroded in strange shapes. The rocks in the shape of the penguins. They appeared to have been formed using flowing water over the course of decades. How did we figure that? Some scientific instrument we have with us. Fair enough. All right, last one. 7 of diamonds. Okay, so 7 of diamonds. We're at the volcano. Something's going to go down. Living beings. Okay. All right, so now we're going to get chased off the planet. So what do we hear? The screams of something human-like. Investigation. There were humanoids feeding each other to a giant penguin in a ritual-like altar. I moved back to the ship and left immediately. Alright, humanoids, each other, human-like, ritual-like, altar. What would I do without? What would I do without it? Okay, so, in theory then, boom, there we are. So, Alone Amongst the Stars. So we got an explorer, Tom. Tom's going to be a human explorer. So he goes into some type of stasis in between planets, you know, as opposed to jumping to planets. We'll say there's a navigation system that allows for feasible travel between stars, solar systems, but some type of cryo chambers. Some technology keeps him alive between each one's, but knocked out. So it's it's a nap for him in between planets. So we came to planet number 1. Hard to get to is what we put down for here. So we landed on the planet, got a good ways away from a glacier that piqued our interest. We traveled to it theoretically by foot. Well, not theoretically, we used walking later. So yeah, by foot. Found giant penguins. We studied them for a while, but they just kind of walked around like penguins would, except for, being gigantic in size. We walked around a little bit more, found an inactive volcano, to which we ended up finding the remains of an ancient temple, what we thought was, maybe an abandoned ancient temple, surrounded by a bunch of rocks in the shapes of penguins that had been carved using flowing water over long amounts of time. We heard some screaming, went around, and some humanoids, some human-like beings were feeding other human-like beings to a giant penguin on a ritual-like altar, and we got out of there as quick as we possibly could. So there is my rendition, my example, into Alone Amongst the Stars. Alone among the stars, not amongst. Alone among the stars. So hope you guys enjoy.